sasa inaonekana sasa the matter, as Jim has said, is not even in our hands. Iko kwa wananchi. Na lazima wananchi wa Kenya tuamue whether we are going to stay as one united nation ama kiumane. Na sio kiumana. Nikisema kiumane, I'm not saying uchukue panga umkate mwenzako, ama uchukue mshale kama ile tulipatiwa na Raila tupige watu mishale. Hapana. I'm saying people must dig in, because there must be justice for all. Injustice for one Kenyan is injustice for all Kenyans. Na ndio mimi nawashukuruni tena. Na mimi sitaki niongee mengi leo kwa sababu tulikuja kusikiliza maoni ya county assemblies easy. Na nyinyi mmefanya vile Makueni, Machakos na Kitui walifanya. Ya tukafanya kikao na wale watu wa kutoka kule kwa Senator Wambua. Na tukaenda Mombasa vile vile, Kwale wakapitisha, Mombasa akapitisha, and I think a lot of those counties, and I think this will continue. This will continue. So, the next question. Ni wazi, Mheshimiwa Badi. You know, you sit in that National Assembly with intolerant minds. Ambao wengine wametajwa hapa kama Duale. He believes the country is Duale and Duale is Kenya. Remind them, for the love of this nation. Mimi mwenyewe, I chose in Changamwe. Nikasema, I want to be unpopular with all of you, my brothers and my sisters. And I tried to say, look at what, out of my own experience in the region, what I did in the Republic of the Sudan. Now, as we speak, the problem between SPLA in government and SPLA in opposition continues. While Khartoum must be watching and wondering what's going on. Tukaona yote haya. Ndugu Raila amejaribu kusaidia na sisi wengine wherever. Tukaona Somalia, what actually happened. Because once things go wrong, it becomes very difficult. Mkamba hapa anaambia waambie. Wakamba wamekuja huko Bomabe wengi. Wengine huko anasema waambie. Okay? So, we must at times like this be able to look at each other in the eye without fear of contradiction and say the country is on the wrong footing. Ni lazima tuseme hiyo. And because mimi wakati ule I looked at Uhuru nikasema Uhuru, Keti na Raila, nobody listened. Hakuna mtu. Sasa it is not possible between now and Tuesday for any discussion. Nilisema kule Changamwe kwamba na sikupeana ati ultimatum, media akasema nimepeana ultimatum. I said it's just the reality of it. You know, the sensitivity and the simple thing to know that time for dialogue is either before the swearing in or after the swearing in. Kwa hivyo inaonekana sasa, because there's no way, even when we are going to say our separate ways, Dr. David D., even if you are going to say two republics, there must be a discussion. There must be negotiations. Dialogue is a must. The question is it before or after the 30th? Newazi sasa. Sasa newazi itakuwa after the 30th. Ni namna hiyo. Newazi. Because then you have to choose. Kwa sababu ukija uue watu Jumanne, upige watu bunduki, uwaumize, wengine waweke mafi Uhuru Park, wananchi waogope mafi. Mafi is nothing. Vijana walikuwa sema tumeshinda tear gas. Wakasema, and this was amazing when we were sitting on the floor ndugu Raila pale. Ruto akasema the last time I saw Kalonzo he was sitting on the tarmac. Mimi sio wazimu. We got what that time had to happen. Na mistake tulifanya ni kutoa tuma commissioner tukawacha wale master riggers wenyewe kama kina Choloba. But never mind. Never mind. The fact is now known. Somebody called Scott alisema famously, ndugu Jim, alisema commentary or comment is free, but facts are sacrosanct. What you did yesterday, giving the facts, you don't even need to labor the point. If IBC are serious, Let them bring the facts and they'll be shocked. Because you got this from every polling kit in the 40,000, I think 483 polling stations. Centers, yote. Na hiyo ikapelekwa, when the transmission ilitokea pale, inapelekwa kwa cloud Ufaransa. Kutoka kule Ufaransa, sasa ikirekebishwa kina Safaricom. And this is why Kenyans resisted Safaricom. Because they are complicit. They are complicit. Wakaanza sasa kuonyesha mengine na mengine. Sasa hiyo ndio kweli wa mama. Na kweli ni you cannot. And then they say lies. Another one, a friend of mine actually, a good friend of mine told me, Kalonzo, lies really run very fast. Truth in a limp. Ukweli una limp. Lakini finally the truth triumphs over lies. Na hii ndio maneno. Now you may think we have been limping, but the truth is coming out. The chicken are coming home to roost. Kwa hivyo wa Kenya, tujiandae. Bado nasema, don't be surprised. Because what will happen, the truth is, it is not anywhere in the world. Wengine mabalozi wanasema, okay, Kalonzo, wewe na Raila mkiwa sworn in. Raila utarudi Karen, Kalonzo utarudi sijui mahali unaishi. What happens? What happens? All right? The truth will be known. Ukweli utakuwa umejulikana. Na kwa hivyo, wananchi, msije mka expect kwamba the world will change. It will be the beginning of the struggle. The beginning of the struggle. This is the whole truth. Kwa sababu Raila pengine hatakuwa na jeshi, hatuna central bank. These are truths that we must tell you. Even as you say, the people have taken this matter beyond Raila and Kalonzo. You must know this. And that is what is really awaiting this nation. And therefore the whole nation, and even as Africa meets in Addis Ababa today and tomorrow, I want to suggest one thing. That time we set up a mechanism called the Central Organ for Conflict Resolution. Under the Mwalimu, that time, Salim Ahmed was the organization of OAU, the predecessor or the precursor to AU. And tukajaribu kusaidiana hata upande wa Burundi and the DRC. I remember one time tukiwa Togo nikamwambia mzee Moi, now mahali mambo ya kabila imefika, we hand over this whole thing to the central organ for the resolution of conflicts. I am telling Africa to take note of an emerging conflict in Kenya. This is the whole truth. This is the whole truth. If I didn't tell you this, I will be lying to you. Mungu abariki Kenya. Mungu abariki Raila Amolo Odinga. Mungu abariki watu wa Homa Bay, watu wa Migori, watu wa Siaya, na watu wa Kisumu. And now with those words, let me welcome my brother Raila Amolo Odinga. Thank you. I think we're okay.
Asante.
Hi.
Asante DJ. Haya. 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 Asante. Jothuro Mor. Homa Bay Mor. Kisumu Mor. Siaya Mor. Migori Mor. Ero kamano. Adwani mondo ling mona kunga dhum mokwongo. Today is a very important day in the history of Homa Bay town. Because here gathered today in this tent in Asego, Kanyada, is a congregation of people of this region together with their guests from other regions, who have come to talk about the future of Kenya. And we have listened to the people of this region, to the leaders, the professionals, pontificating about the history of this region and talking about historical marginalization of the people of this area. And the role, the historical role that has been played by the heroes from this region in the making of the Kenyan nation. It is a very important role. Today, assembled here are these leaders talking about how we can remake Kenya. Kenya is at crossroads, and a decision must be made how we are going to move forward as a nation. We are going through this not in isolation. It is a general trend these days almost in the entire African continent. The era of military coup is over. That is over. But we are re-establishing dictatorship in the continent of Africa in the name of electoral justice, electoral democracy. It goes like this: state capture of the institutions of governance. First, they capture the legislature and make it subservient to the executive. Secondly, they intimidate the judiciary into submission. Thirdly, they capture the electoral commission, the institution that does elections. And then they control the instruments of power. They control the military, they control the police. Once they have controlled all that, they can determine how to move the country. So they will call elections periodically. But these elections are rituals which the incumbency must win. This is the trend all over the continent now, in a number of African countries. So they never do the military coup. Look at DRC Congo, look at Burundi, look at Rwanda, look at Uganda, look at Togo, and we can go on and on and on. So once they have captured the electoral commission, elections will be done. People will turn up to vote. They will vote, the vote will be counted. But ultimately, different results will be announced. You saw the other day, in Uganda, they did an election, a farce. Kampala, the capital, ballot papers were arriving at 4 p.m. And then, of course, you're told, go to court. You go to court, which is already captured by the executive. Then the court will go and listen to you. You spend money with your lawyers. At the end, they will affirm the elections of the incumbents. This is the trend, and this is what is happening here in this country. It happened in 2007. It happened in 2013. It is repeated in 2017. If this is allowed, then you create what is called electoral autocracy. Electoral autocracy, where the incumbency will all the times continue to determine who is going to succeed who is going to run the country. And this is what Kenyans must resist. This is what Kenyans must resist. It has taken us time. We did ask the IBC to open the server while the county